Hey, it's Paul from howtonetwork.com and a couple of other sites I'll mention in a minute. I deal a lot with members and people who want to be members who are stuck, and a lot of people who are just making excuses. I can see and I hear all the excuses because internationally there's over a 90% quit rate for people who start studying IT exams. It's actually the same with gym memberships and other goals, for example, weight loss. 90% of people quit, and so I'm going to give you some tough advice here, unfortunately, but if you want to take it on the chin, it will make a big difference to many of you. I've been working in the IT game for around 20 years now, so I kind of know a fair bit. If you haven't heard of me before, I wrote most of these books. Some of these I co-wrote, the advanced ones, the CCNP, 101 Labs, if you want to check them out on Amazon. I've been teaching for a long time and written a lot of books. And I started with nothing. I didn't know anything about IT. So if you got time, check out howtonetwork.com, my main IT training website, 101labs.net, which is hands-on training for IT certifications, and in60days.com, CCNA in 60 days. So hit the subscribe button and the bell, please, if you want to get more videos from me, and I'll help you with your IT career and your goals and exams. So as I said, you've got to brace yourself here because you're going to get some tough advice, and hopefully you can take it on the chin and make something of it. I just want you to look at some of the people. These are, I've actually probably got thousands of these now, or many hundreds of excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. People who've joined my website or bought one of my books and made a big change in their career. So who's this? James Hull. He decided to get his CCNA, found my website, and was eventually hired after he passed his CCNA by a logistical company. And you can see he's working, he's got his own desk here and he's working in a great job. So he's on a great salary and is currently studying for his CCNP. So there's a clue already. The guy's passed one exam and is already continuing with more. Another guy, Brian, couldn't get into IT at all, had no previous experience. He passed a couple of Microsoft exams and he got his first job. He's also passed some CompTIA and VMware, and he got an 8% pay rise and then a 6% end of year bonus. So great job and money, which obviously money is important. It's one of the reasons why we turn up. Another guy, he's in his 60s, I think, Dale, and he passed his MCSA, did a certified technical trainer, which is a CompTIA exam for teaching IT. You can do it for virtual training or classroom training, and now he's a corporate trainer for Dell. So that's a new role for him, and he's doing network architecture. Nathan got the same thing. He had an IT degree, but he couldn't get anywhere. And that applies to most people with IT degrees, I'm afraid. And he's got a CCNA and now he's working in IT. And then Eric, he had no experience in IT whatsoever. He was working in the corrections industry. I think that's an American term. I think we call it jail or whatever in the UK. He passed his CCNA and beat a load of people who had experience but didn't have the qualification, and went from no experience to working in the IT industry. And again, you can see he's working in a great location here. So what are these people doing that the other 90% aren't doing? Well, one of the things you're probably getting wrong is you don't set goals. And most people don't. In fact, 99% people, because I do coaching outside of IT as well. Most people don't set a goal. If you don't have a goal, you're probably going to achieve nothing, and life's going to pass you by. So you must set one or multiple goals. I've normally got about 4 or 5 in different areas of my life: fitness, finance, career, personal development. It must be clearly defined, so you must know what it is. I recommend passing a specific exam. Achievable, so don't set your goals on the CCIE if you're just new to IT. It's great to have it as a goal. Set something that you're going to be able to pass. Must be realistic. So again, growing a company from nothing to $1 million in 12 months is probably not going to be realistic for most of us. must be written down on a card. So, for example, get these little cards that you can buy from any shop, and you can write down the date, the specific goal, when you're going to and when you're going to achieve it by, i.e. the date. So, really handy to have these, and you should carry them with you at all times. Next thing, give it a time limit. So you must say when you're going to achieve this thing by. You can obviously always move it, but if you don't have a date, then you've got nothing to focus on. You review it every weekly, monthly, yearly. So I have a little, just working it. I've got a sheet that I've got my yearly goals down here that I can focus on, what I'm going to be doing for the month here, or my little list of things I want to do, and then at the start of the week I'll have personal goals and business goals, and I'll list these, and then every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I don't work the weekends unless I have to, I will put down various actions that I'm going to be taking and things I'm going to be focusing on. Now you can put other fun things like birthday celebrations or meals out, but you must have this planner. All it is a sheet of paper, and then you'll do that for Monday to Friday, and then Sunday is your day to review where you are, what you achieved, what you didn't achieve, what you need to change, and then you will do another list for the coming week. This is how I've been achieved everything I've achieved for the last 20 or so years by doing this. Excuses, I didn't have these floating, sorry. I've heard them all now. I'm busy, I'm too old. Well, you've just seen a guy in his 60s in the early examples go from nothing to teaching IT for a major company and becoming an architect. Family, and I'm just not smart. You must turn these excuses into reasons. So if you have a family, then you achieve these goals for your family, so you've got a better quality of life, and you actually get more time. You have to spend an hour a day studying for your certification, but then you get a good job which gives you more money, you free up your time so you have more time with your family. You must study every day, so small steps. So what happened was I found a time slot which worked for me. I actually found 2 or 3 because I didn't have kids when I started studying. So I got up early at 5 in the morning and studied for about 45 minutes. I used to drive to work early, and the great thing is you miss all of the traffic. Normally nobody's at work, and I found a quiet office and I did some studying for the CCNP. For my lunch break, instead of going out with friends or chatting in the canteen, I sat in my car and did some studying. And I generally stayed at work late, so everyone left. I turned off my phones and email and everything, and I did my work. So yeah, you aren't growing in your role as the next one. You should be looking for a change every 6 to 12 months. Now, it doesn't have to be a new job, but you should be looking to get a promotion, have a new responsibility, move internally in a team, and if that isn't working for you, then you really should be looking at moving to a company where you've got more opportunities. So volunteer for new projects, take on challenges, and then when you've proved yourself, you should be asking to take on a role as technical project manager, an architect, senior support, anything like that. But you normally need to just sort of prove yourself first. Start speaking to other teams. This is how I got into networking. I was on a help desk, and I would go down and speak to people in the networking team and volunteer to do stuff, find out what certifications they had, and eventually I got offered a role when there was one that opened up. So look for headaches that people have, and then take on their headaches, especially your boss. If they're particularly busy, look for anything you can do for them, and then solve those problems for them. And look for new jobs, even if you're not going to apply. Keep your eye out for things that suit your skill set. Look for things that you can get qualified to do, and start working towards that. And this goes back to your goals again. Moonlight, I actually have got a whole course on how to moonlight, and I've done some videos on it if you want to search. But look for doing things in your spare time or on weekends. Fix IT problems for small companies or medium-sized companies. That's a whole other subject. The other thing is look at your strategy, and if you don't have a strategy, then it's time to get one, obviously. Learn skills that are useful to the IT market. It is pointless you learning things that people aren't hiring for. Nice to know, but if it's some weird piece of software or service or protocol, then it really is no point. Can you solve problems for companies? That's why you get hired. Can you write a list of things you can actually do? So, for example, if you pass an IT degree, normally you can't actually go in and build a network, plan, design, install. You normally would need to pass vendor certifications to do that. You need to be consistent. So as I said earlier, do something every day, even if it's only 30 minutes. Put your time in and do the work. Don't try and save everything up for the weekend and then study. If your strategy isn't working, can you make a small or large adjustment? This is why we write our goals down, as I said a moment ago, for your yearly, monthly and weekly, and then your daily actions, and then every Sunday you do a review as to where you're going and if you're on course. Alright, so there's actually a 60-day program packed full of all the stuff I've learned over the 20 years on howtonetwork.com. If you're a member, I'll give you a discount in a minute. If you go to the members area, it's called exam coaching, but I actually do exam strategies, goal setting, time management, note taking. The 60 days packed full of book reviews, videos, coaching, motivation, success. It's all the stuff I wish I'd been shown when I was starting out in my IT career, and it's cost me thousands to pay coaches and go on courses all over the world to learn this stuff, so I share it with you. So that's on howtonetwork.com under the members area. If you're interested, come and check out the site. Please use this special URL so you get 30 days access for $1. Not only that, you get over 25 IT certification courses that you can go through: Cisco, Microsoft, CompTIA, too many to list really. And we got loads of other stuff listed here. So I hope that is useful to you. Please, again, hit the bell, drop a comment if you've got any questions or want to add anything or disagree with me. I'm more than happy to listen, and I'll see you on the next video.